Hello friends, in this video we will go through the planet Ketu in all 12 houses in Vedic Astrology Jyotisha. So let's get started. So these are the contents of the video. We will look into the significance of Ketu, and then when is Ketu strong and weak in a chart, and then we will look into the significance of all 12 houses and positive and negative effects of strong and weak Ketu in all 12 houses. And finally, we will look into the remedies for weak or afflicted Ketu. Significance of Ketu. In Vedic astrology, Ketu is a shadow planet. It is the south node of the moon. So it symbolizes spiritual detachment, liberation, past life karma, and inner transformation. So Ketu's influence leads to renunciation, mystical insights, and karmic cleansing. But it can also cause confusion, losses, and isolation. So Ketu is the karaka or significator of spiritual growth, enlightenment, detachment from material desires, past life karma and subconscious patterns, mysticism, intuition and psychic abilities, loss, separation and endings, and non-conformity and unconventional paths. Now let's look into Ketu's strength and weakness. That means we check or we see how is Ketu or when is Ketu strong in a chart and when it is weak in a chart. So Ketu is strong in a chart if it is placed in its co-ruling sign like Scorpio, and if it is it functions well in those sthana houses, the 6th, 8th and 12th houses, promoting spiritual growth through challenges. And it gains strength when associated with planets like Jupiter or Mercury, and it enhances intuitive, psychic and mystical abilities if it is strong, and it supports detachment from materialism and aiding spiritual progress. Weak Ketu. So Ketu is weak if it is afflicted by malefics or placed in unfavorable signs that leads to confusion and fear. And when Ketu is weak, it can cause excessive isolation, anxiety and loss without growth, and it may result in karmic blockages and unresolved past life issues, and it leads to negligence of material responsibilities or escapism. Now let's look into the significance of the first house. First house signifies self and identity, your personality, attitude and approach to life, physical appearance, your body structure, face, health and vitality, first impressions like how people initially perceive you, temperament, general emotional tone, mood and mental disposition, path in life, your personal goals, confidence and self-direction, ego and self-image, like how you see yourself and want to be seen. Positive effects of strong Ketu in the first house. Spiritual and detached self-identity. So you possess a calm, otherworldly presence. So you have a unique presence that draws others in. You seem deeply connected to inner truths. Unconventional or unique appearance. So your look may be unusual. Like it reflects your spiritual depth and detachment. Mystical and introspective first impression. When people meet you, they often feel your mysterious and introspective nature right away. Detached yet wise temperament. So you approach life thoughtfully and you avoid any drama. You tend to avoid petty conflicts, and you try to remain composed. You try to focus on what truly matters. Path focused on inner growth and renunciation. You seek meaning beyond material success. So you are driven by a desire to grow spiritually. You often put worldly goals as secondary. Ego diminished for spiritual progress. You have less attachment to your ego and image. So you don't cling to your ego or image. So this will help you move towards higher awareness. Negative effects of weak Ketu in the first house. Confused or lost self-identity. You may feel disconnected from who you truly are. So it could cause inner confusion and self-doubt. Unhealthy or neglected appearance. Your physical health or appearance might fluctuate, sometimes due to negligence or stress. Elusive or unclear first impression. So people might find you confusing or hard to read. People might find you mysterious but also confusing. Moodiness or emotional withdrawal. So you may struggle with isolation and mood swings. There could be sudden mood changes without clear reason. Life path blocked by past karma or fear. There could be subconscious fears or unresolved karma from the like past life, and that could stop you from moving forward confidently. Ego issues marked by detachment. So you may hide insecurities behind and have a detached exterior. So this could lead to making like genuine connection hard. Second house signifies wealth and finances, money, possessions, material resources, speech and communication, how you express yourself verbally and your communication style. Family and early environment, your family values, upbringings, and inherited traits. Self-worth and values, your sense of value, self-esteem, and personal priorities. Eating habits and comfort, your attitude towards food, comfort, and security. Strong Ketu, positive effects in the second house. Detachment from material wealth. So you are not overly attached to money or possessions. You value inner peace more than outer possessions. Unique, clear communication style. So your speech can be deep, spiritual, or unconventional. So it's mostly, like most of the time, different from others. Strong inner values and ethics. So you prioritize spiritual and moral wealth over material wealth. You have high moral standards. Ability to speak on mystical or esoteric topics. You express complex spiritual or philosophical ideas clearly and confidently. Family ties influenced by karmic relations. Your family background may carry spiritual significance. Comfort found in simplicity and austerity. You feel secure with less thriving or simplicity and minimalism. Negative effects of weak Ketu in the second house. Confusion or anxiety about finances. So you may struggle with managing money. So you might feel unsure about money matters. Unclear or inconsistent speech. People may misunderstand you because your communication can be vague or confusing. Family issues tied to past karma. There may be unresolved karmic tensions affecting your family dynamics. Value confusion or low self-worth. So you could struggle with feeling worthy or clear about what you value most. Emotional discomfort related to possessions. So you might experience fear or anxiety around losing material security. Difficulty expressing inner truths clearly. You might find it hard to speak honestly and openly. So you might find it hard to share your thoughts or feelings openly. Third house. Third house signifies communication and expression, like how you share ideas, speak, and write. Siblings and relatives, especially your younger siblings, younger brothers and sisters, and close relatives. It also signifies your neighbors. Courage and initiative, boldness, effort, willingness to take risk. Short trips and mobility, local travel, movement and adaptability. Mental agility, thinking style, curiosity and learning ability. Positive effects of strong Ketu in the third house. Unique and spiritual communication style. So you express yourself in a deep, intuitive way. Courage to face unconventional challenges. So you are willing to take risk and pursue your path. Strong psychic or intuitive abilities. So your intuition is high. So you are able to sense subtle energies as well. Detachment from superficial sibling issues. So you don't get caught up in petty disputes with siblings or relatives. Interest in mystical or esoteric learning. You have a strong drive to learn spiritual or hidden knowledge. Independent and creative mental energy. You think and act independently, and you generally have original ideas. You think outside of the box and come up with original ideas. Negative effects of weak Ketu in the third house. Communication confusion. You may have trouble expressing yourself clearly, or you might avoid important conversations. Fear or avoidance of challenges. So you may shy away from risk or fail to assert yourself when needed. Tension or estrangement with siblings. Your relationship with siblings could be difficult or distant. Mental restlessness or scattered thoughts. So there could be difficulty in focusing and calming your mind. Your mind might feel unsettled, so you could have difficulty in concentration. Avoidance of learning or mental growth. You could resist new ideas, avoid new ideas, and avoid developing your skills. Emotional detachment creating misunderstandings. So because of your emotional detachment, people might think you are cold or uninterested in close connections. Fourth house. Fourth house signifies home and domestic life, your residence, living conditions, your emotional foundation, your mother and maternal figures, like your relationship with your mother or maternal figures, inner peace and comfort, emotional security, mental peace and comfort, property and vehicles, like your ownership of land, real estates and vehicles, roots and ancestry, your family heritage, traditions and cultural background. Positive effects of strong Ketu in the fourth house. Detachment from material comforts. So you seek inner peace beyond physical possessions. You don't depend on physical possession for happiness. You seek happiness within. Deep spiritual connection to home and roots. Your home may have a sacred or mystical significance. Healing or karmic relationship with the mother. Your relationship with your mother teaches important spiritual lessons to you. Ability to find emotional peace through solitude. Like solitude helps you recharge and find calmness. So spending time alone helps you recharge yourself. Interest in ancestral or spiritual traditions. You are drawn to learn about your family heritage and spiritual teachings. Minimalistic approach to property and belongings. You prefer simplicity over accumulation, and you prefer a simple lifestyle without excess clutter. Negative effects of weak Ketu in the fourth house. Emotional detachment or insecurity at home. You may feel disconnected or uncomfortable in your living space. Troubled or distant relationship with mother. Restlessness or lack of inner peace. You might find it hard to feel emotionally secure or peaceful. Loss or instability of property matters. And there could be problem with property ownership or home stability. Disconnection from family heritage. So you may feel alienated from your ancestor roots or culture. Tendency towards isolation or loneliness. So you might withdraw emotionally, which can cause loneliness or even depression. Fifth house. Fifth house signifies creativity and self-expression, like your artistic talents, hobbies, and personal creativity. Children and progeny, like relationship with your children and offsprings. Romance and love affairs, like pleasure, dating, and romantic relationships. Intellect and learning, your intelligence, education, and speculative ventures as well. Joy and entertainment, fun, happiness, activities that bring joy. Positive effects of strong Ketu in the fifth house. Deep spiritual creativity and intuition. So your creativity flows from a deep spiritual source. So intuitive ideas come naturally to you. Detachment from superficial romance. So you seek meaningful, soulful connections over like casual pleasures. Unique approach to children and teaching. Your relationship with children or teaching style might be unusual but profound. Intellectual curiosity about mysticism. You are naturally drawn to learn about occult, metaphysics, or philosophy. You have a strong interest on those hidden subjects. Joy found in spiritual or artistic pursuits. You find happiness through inner growth and artistic expression rather than material fun. Speculative ventures guided by intuition. You rely on gut feelings while doing any investments or creative risk. You mostly trust your instincts for financial risk. Negative effects of Ketu in the weak Ketu in the 5th house. Creative blocks or lack of inspiration. So you may struggle to express yourself artistically. You might find it hard to be creative. Troubled or distant relationship with children. Your connection with children could be difficult or emotionally distant. Avoidance of romantic relationship. You may fear intimacy or avoid romantic commitments. Confusion or disinterest in intellectual pursuits. So it could be challenging to focus on learning or speculative ventures. Lack of joy or difficulty finding happiness. Because you might feel emotionally disconnected. So you might struggle with feeling joyful. Poor judgment in speculative matters. So your intuition might be unreliable, so that could cause losses. And your instinct might mislead you to investment or risk. 6th house. 6th house signifies health and wellness, physical health, illness and daily routines, work and service, employment, duties and serving others, enemies and obstacles, competitors, conflict and challenges, discipline and routine, self-improvement, habits and daily order, debt and litigation, financial debt, lawsuits and legal matters. Positive effects of strong Ketu in the 6th house. Ability to overcome enemies through intuition. So you may suffer from mysterious, you sense and avoid conflicts before they arise. So you can sense potential conflicts early and avoid them. Healing abilities and interest in alternative medicine. So you might have natural talent for healing or spiritual remedies. Detachment from work, stress and routines. You stay calm and detached even under pressure at work. Strong discipline in self-improvement. So you are dedicated to improve yourself with a spiritual mindset. Protection from debts and legal troubles. So karmic protection, there is karmic protection that will help you avoid serious financial or legal problems. Ability to serve others selflessly. So you serve others without attachment or without any expectation. So there is a great compassion when you serve others. Negative effects of weak Ketu in the 6th house. There could be health related issues to subtle energies. So you may suffer mysterious or chronic health problems. So that are hard to diagnose. Work related stress and confusion. You might find it hard to manage work responsibilities or conflicts. Trouble managing enemies or competitors. So dealing with rivals or legal issues could be challenging for you. Lack of discipline or inconsistent routines. So you might struggle with habits and maintaining a consistent routine. Financial debts or legal complications. So there could be money problems or lawsuits that could cause you stress. Tendency toward escapism or avoidance. So you might avoid facing problems directly that could lead to bigger issues later on. 7th house. 7th house signifies partnership and marriage. Your spouse, marriage and committed relationships, business partnerships, public relations, like how you relate to others socially and professionally, open enemies and conflicts, and balance and harmony, like cooperation, compromise and maintaining equilibrium. Positive effects of strong Ketu in the 7th house. Spiritual detachment in partnership. So you prefer relationship based on spiritual growth rather than ego or attachment. Ability to see beyond superficial conflicts. So you quickly move past minor disagreements and misunderstandings. Unique or unconventional partners. You may attract partners who are spiritual, unusual, or detached. So your partners could be spiritually inclined, mysterious, or even different from societal norms. Strong intuition about others' motives. So you sense true intentions without being deceived. So you can easily sense the intention behind people's action. Karmic lessons through relationships. So your partnerships are opportunities for you for deep soul learning and growth. Balance through non-attachment. So you keep pace by not clinging to control or expectation in relationships. So you maintain harmony by letting go of control and expectations. Negative effects of weak Ketu in the 7th house. Detachment causing relationship distance. So you might pull away emotionally, making it hard to connect deeply with partners. Confusion or misunderstanding in partnership. So there could be communication problems that may lead to frequent misunderstanding or conflicts in marriage or partnerships. Attraction to unsuitable or unstable partners. So you may repeatedly attract partners who bring karmic or emotional difficulties, hidden conflicts, or unresolved issues. So there could be issues. There could be issues that might remain unspoken, that could cause ongoing tension. So there could be problems without any resolution. Karmic challenges in relationships. Relationships may feel like repeated lessons or struggles. There could be repeated challenges, same challenge going on and on with partners. Difficulty balancing self and others. So you could struggle to maintain harmony without losing your individuality. You might find it hard to give and take equally, leading to imbalance. 8th house. 8th house signifies transformation and rebirth, like deep changes, regeneration, and life cycles. Shared resources, inheritance, partners' money, joint finances, mysteries and occult, hidden knowledge, secrets and spiritual mysteries, sexuality and intimacy, deep emotional bonds and physical intimacy, death and karma, ending, karmic debts, and spiritual evolution. Positive effects of strong Ketu in the 8th house. Natural talent for occult and mystical studies. So you will have a deep interest for hidden knowledge. You have a deep curiosity and ability to explore hidden spiritual knowledge. Ability to transform through spiritual growth. So you experience profound inner transformation and rebirths that advance your soul. Detachment from material fears. You are fearless about death, loss, and the unknown. So you could face them with calmness. Healing abilities related to psychic or energy work. You may help others heal through subtle energy methods. Insight into karmic patterns and past lives. So you have a strong intuitive sense of soul lessons and karma. Capacity for deep emotional intimacy without attachment. So you connect intimately while maintaining your spiritual balance. Negative effects of weak Ketu in the 8th house. Fear or avoidance of death and transformation. So there could be difficulty accepting change, endings, or deep emotional shifts. Trouble with shared resources or inheritance. So there could be problems managing joint finances or family wealth. Hidden fears and anxiety. So you might experience subconscious fears that affect your well-being. Emotional detachment causing intimacy issues. You could struggle to form close, trusting emotional bonds with others. Karmic blockages or unresolved past life issues. So past life traumas or karmic debts may hinder your growth. So there could be repeated patterns of sufferings. Resistance to spiritual growth through pain. You avoid painful experiences, or like avoiding painful experiences may block important inner healings. 9th house. 9th house signifies higher learning and philosophy, education, wisdom and philosophical beliefs, religion and spirituality, faith, dharma and connection to the divine, long distance travel, journeys abroad, pilgrimage and exploration, luck and fortune, good karma, blessings and opportunities, teachers and mentors, guidance from spiritual and academic mentors. Positive effects of strong Ketu in the 9th house: deep spiritual insight and intuition. So you naturally understand deep spiritual and philosophical concepts without needing formal study. Detachment from dogmatic beliefs. So you are free from rigid religious or ideological constraints. So you embrace a broader truth. Interest in esoteric or mystical knowledge. You are drawn to occult, ancient wisdom and spiritual studies. Unique or unconventional worldview. So you see life from a distinct original perspective. So your perspective of life and spirituality is like you have your original view. Beneficial karmic protection and fortune. Karmic blessings, there are karmic blessings that often help you avoid major difficulties and it often guide your path. Ability to inspire others through spiritual teaching. You may become a mentor or guide, inspiring others on their spiritual journeys. Negative effects of weak Ketu in the 9th house. Confusion or skepticism about faith. You may struggle to believe in spiritual or religious ideas. Rigid or dogmatic thinking. You could become stuck in narrow or limited beliefs. You might have limited ideologies and philosophy and may become stuck in those and couldn't broaden your philosophies. Missed opportunities for travel or learning. There could be delays or obstacles in higher education or foreign travels or long distance travels. Karmic challenges affecting luck or fortune. So there could be repeated setbacks or lack of clear blessings. So you may express like during for your luck or fortune. Troubled relationships with teachers or mentors. So guidance from mentors may be difficult or unreliable. Difficulty finding personal meaning or purpose. So you might feel lost or disconnected from your life's larger goals. 10th house. 10th house signifies career and profession. Your public life, your job and professional reputation. It signifies authority and status, position of power, social standing and recognition, life purpose and ambition, goals, achievements and long-term success, father and paternal influence, relationship with father and authority figures, public image and legacy, how you are seen by society and the impact you leave. Strong Ketu, positive effects of strong Ketu in the 10th house. Unique and unconventional career path. So you may choose a non-traditional or spiritual profession. You may follow a career that is different from the normal. So it could often be related to spirituality or mystical elements. Detached from ego-driven ambition. So you are not driven by power or status, but by deeper purpose. Natural ability for behind-the-scene work. So you are skilled in behind-the-scene works like research, investigation, and spiritual leadership. So you excel in guiding others spiritually without seeking the spotlight. Karmic lessons through career and authority. So your professional life teaches deep soul lessons to you. Recognition for spiritual and humanitarian work. You may gain respect for selfless service or unconventional success. Others respect you for your selfless service. Ability to inspire change through your work. So you can transform others by your example or your teachings. Negative effects of weak Ketu in the 10th house. Confusion or lack of direction in career. So you may feel lost or uncertain about your professional path or goals. Ego conflicts or power struggles at work. You could face issues with bosses, with authority figures or co-workers. Hidden enemies or sabotage in career. So there could be secret opposition or obstacles that will undermine your progress. Struggles with public image or reputation. So you might find difficulty maintaining a positive social standing. Karmic delays or in achieving success. So career progress may be slow. You may So your career might involve repeated setbacks, difficulty maintaining ambition and spirituality. So there could be inner conflict between material goals and spiritual values. 11th house. 11th house signifies friendship and social networks, gains and incomes, your earnings, profits and financial rewards, hopes and aspirations, dreams, goals and long-term wishes, elder siblings, collective causes like involvement in social or humanitarian efforts. Positive effects of a strong Ketu in the 11th house. Unique or unconventional social circle. You attract friends who are spiritual, eccentric or detached. Detachment from materialistic desires. So you focus more on meaningful goals rather than just wealth. Strong intuition about group dynamics. So you understand social energy and motives in your social groups. Support through karmic or spiritual network. So you get help from unexpected karmic or spiritual connections. Involvement in humanitarian or spiritual causes. So you contribute selflessly to social or collective causes. Ability to manifest hopes through spiritual focus. So when your goals align with your spiritual values, they tend to manifest. So your dreams often materialize when they are aligned with higher purpose or with spirituality and more humanitarian work. Negative effects of weak Ketu in the 11th house. Isolation or difficulty fitting in socially. So you may feel disconnected or misunderstood by your friends. Overly idealistic or unrealistic goals. So your hopes or dreams might not be practical. So that could lead to disappointment. Trouble with friends or group conflicts. So you may experience betrayal or tension within your social groups and within friends. Lack of support from social or karmic networks. So receiving help or resources from your community might be challenging. Materialistic focus without deeper meaning. So pursuing gains without a sense of purpose or fulfillment. Disillusionment when hopes don't materialize. So there could be frustration or loss of motivation when your dreams fail. So you may feel frustrated when things don't work out. 12th house. 12th house signifies isolation and solitude, spiritual liberation, enlightenment and letting go, expenses and losses, financial outflow, debts and sacrifices, hidden enemies and subconscious, foreign lands and mysticism. So distance travel, foreign connection, foreign settlement, mystical experiences. Positive effects of strong Ketu in the 12th house. So you have natural inclination towards spiritual liberation. So you have a strong desire to have spiritual liberation. Ability to work well in isolation or solitude. So you thrive in retreat, meditation, and behind the scenes work. Intuitive understanding of subconscious realms. So you have a deep insight into hidden fears, dreams, and psychic matters. Detachment from worldly attachments and losses. So you easily let go of material possessions and financial worries. Healing through mystical or spiritual practices. You are skilled in meditation, energy healing, or spiritual therapies. Karmic cleansing through solitude and sacrifice. Facing isolation or hardship brings spiritual growth into yourself. Negative effects of weak Ketu in the 12th house. Fear or avoidance of solitude or isolation. So that could be difficulty being alone or facing inner silence. Hidden anxieties and subconscious blockage. So there could be unconscious fears that disrupt your peace and clarity. Financial losses due to confusion or detachment. There could be poor management of expenses, and there could be unexpected losses. Escapism through addiction or fantasy. So you could try to avoid reality. There could be tendency to avoid reality by through like addictions or through illusions and fantasies. Karmic debts related to secrecy or isolation. You may face repeated karmic issues involving secrets or confinement. Struggles with spiritual discipline or surrender. So you could find difficulty committing to true spiritual letting go. Now let's look into the remedies for weak Ketu, weak or afflicted Ketu. So there are different kinds of remedies. Let's first go with the look into the spiritual or ritual remedies. So you can chant the mantra Om Kem Ketava Namaha. Ketave Namaha. Om Kem Ketave Namaha. You can chant it 108 times daily. So this pacifies Ketu's malefic effects and brings spiritual clarity and protection. You can fast on Tuesdays or on the day of Ketu Graha Shanti. So this will help reduce negative effects of Ketu. Offer white clothes, sesame seeds or coconuts in temples. So these offerings resonates with Ketu's energy, so it will balance the karmic effects. Worship Lord Ganesha, Lord Hanumana or Goddess Kali. So these deities control Ketu's energies and protect from obstacles and fears. Recite Ketu Kavach or Ketu Stotra. So this will create a protective shield against Ketu's adverse impacts. Perform Ketu Shanti Puja by a priest. So this ritual is aimed to balance Ketu's karmic debt. Donate white foods, sesame oil and items to the needy. So charity in Ketu's symbolic colors and items will generate good karma. The second kind of remedies are behavioral or lifestyle remedies. So practice humility and spiritual surrender that will counter Ketu's detachment and confusion. Avoid escapism and obsessive behaviors that will reduce the Ketu's tendency towards isolation. Cultivate meditation and mindfulness that will calm the restless and scattered mind. Serve the spiritually marginalized. This will aid karmic balance. Maintain simplicity and truthfulness. So this will prevent Ketu's energy from becoming deceptive or elusive. Gemstone remedies. So you can wear a natural cat's eye gemstone. It's also called Lesonia. Wear the gem in silver on the middle finger or ring finger. You can also energize the gem before wearing with proper mantra and ritual. So always consult a qualified astrologer before wearing gemstones for personalized guidance and also to avoid adverse effects. The other remedies are charity and social remedies. So you can donate white clothes, sesame seed or rice. Feed stray animals or birds early in the morning. So acts of compassion are believed to please Ketu and reduce fears or isolation. Support orphanages or spiritual organizations. This will aid in karmic balance and spiritual growth. Offer oil lamps or white candles in temples. So this symbolizes like dispelling darkness, and so it is like linked to Ketu's effects, reducing Ketu's effects. Volunteer in community service or healing work. So serving others lessens Ketu's isolating or escapist tendencies. The final remedies are the things that you can avoid. So you can avoid dishonesty, deceit and manipulation. So Ketu's negative energy worsens with deceptions and lies, so try to avoid those. Avoid excessive withdrawal or escapism. So avoiding reality, because avoiding reality increases confusion and isolation, so avoid those. Avoid addictive or obsessive behaviors because they will worsen Ketu's restless and elusive nature. Avoid neglecting spiritual practices or ethics. Avoid isolation from loved ones without reason, because if you tend to isolate, then it will like deepen the Ketu's influence. So avoid that. Avoid associating with deceptive or harmful people. So that's all for this video. I hope you found this video helpful. If you found it helpful, please like the video. Please comment if you have any questions or feedback. Please share the video with others. And also please subscribe to the channel so that it will give me more motivation to create more videos like this. Thank you.